Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. The ship. Now we got a problem. Now we have that problem. That problem is new within the history of our men and our people. See, there was a reset. That reset is called biocultron. Slavery was a complete biocultron event. We already went through that. The things that have been happening after that are also biocultron events or reinforcements of the lost value system that was given to us during slavery, reinforced through Reconstruction era, and it continues to be reinforced each generation. Y'all understand that? This is what we've been talking about with the post-traumatic slave disorder. That's actually what this is. And we've been trying to put a name on it. We've been trying to put an identifier on it so that we can deal with it. And Sister Ali's book was a move in that direction to try to put something to it so we can deal with it. The book is written in layman's terms, and you're going to hear them attack it because it's not from academia. But Sister Shahrazad Ali never claimed to be from academia. She's not from that. That's not where she's from. So she never claimed that. So them attacking her on that was a straw man. But you'll hear that later. So what she's saying is black women have not escaped culpability in the ills that affect the black community at large. And she can't. And the one reason that she can't escape culpability is because on the one hand, if you ask who's been in charge of the black community, she'll say she's been running it. Well, if you run something, that means you're the leader. And if you're the leader, you're responsible for the outcome of that which you control, whether the outcome is good or bad. So you can't on the one hand say I'm the leader, and then when people start pointing out the outcome of your leadership and saying that the leadership was bad because the outcome was bad, then you get to fall back on where the men should have been the leader. And we only failed because we're women and we're ill-equipped to be the leaders. But then on the other hand, I don't know how y'all got as many hands as an octopus. Then on the other hand, you don't need black men. Black men are incompetent. So if you don't need black men and black men are incompetent, then leadership should have rightfully failed to you for the community. Okay. And if leadership rightly failed to you because you're the more competent of the two, then our community should be thriving. Nobody likes lines of logic. No one likes taking things to their logical conclusions. Let's go back. Can I get like 450 likes or something? I got 500 people watching. I got 390 likes. I don't have time to do the dance anymore. Come on. Please? If I say pretty please? Let's get back to it.
And you understand while stating that flies directly in the face of all the women's movement, black and white and red and brown and yellow, has accomplished in 2 decades?
We haven't, as black women, we talk about our political accomplishments, but politics means policy. And the only place we can implement any permanent policy is in our homes.
May I ask you a more pragmatic question? Debbie Mitchell, our co-producer, indicates that on the subway to work, she sees young black men with their heads in the book reading it. It appears as if your self-published book is being widely read. Do you have any idea of how many books are out there and being read?
Well, let's just say if it was a record, it would be platinum.
And I like it when she talks her stuff. I'm not gonna cut it off, but I do want to he threw feminism in her face and said that what she talked about flies in the face of, or that feminism flies in the face of what she's talking about, of all, of the accomplishments of women over the past couple of decades. See, what he's representing here supposedly is the antagonist to her protagonist. Geraldo is supposedly here he's supposedly the protagonist to her antagonist. Okay? He is representing mainstream media's dog in the fight for the destruction of the black family by way of black women's destructive mindset, of which feminism is a root and continues to be reinforced. So he's supposed to be the protagonist in all of this instead of impartial. He is acting as the voice of good, the voice of black women. He's acting as the avatar for black women to speak against what Sister Ali is actually bringing to the table. And I love the freeze frame of her face right here, because she's looking at him like, boy, if you don't knock it off, I know what you're doing. But anyway, let's continue.
Let me introduce our other guests, some of whom share Ms. Ali's points of view, others dramatically and profoundly disagree. Sitting next to her is Salathia Luster. He is the vice president of a group called BOND. That stands for the Brotherhood Organization of the New Destiny. It is a support group for men who believe that problems in the black community do indeed stem from black women's superior role in the family. Ariola Sinclair is a writer for the New York Amsterdam News, the most important publication, I think it's fair to say, in the African American community, at least in this town. She has written extensively about her own personal and the public's reaction to this book. She claims the book may serve to further alienate black women from black men. Michael Benjamin is an award-winning journalist and a former history professor at the University of Massachusetts. He says that Ali's guide for black men is lacking in intellect and scholastic information. There are many, many others who join us in the front row. I'm going to save their introductions for a couple of minutes. Let me just ask Salathiel, if, sir, you believe that it is appropriate to enforce discipline in the black family for a black man to hit a black woman. Okay.
Notice before this brother speaks, which I ain't gonna say it. Anyway, before he speaks, I just want you guys to note that he assembled people from academia to oppose her. He assembled people from the seat of feminist thought, who we know feminism has its root in WS, and academia is many times where much of this stuff gets reinforced and sealed in. Thank you, Barry. Said fantastic insight and observations. Thank you so much. And 39 Dina, thank you, sweetheart. So we're gonna go ahead and let the man answer the question. And this is why you gotta be able to stand on your square when you get into the arena with these hyenas and maggles of all different races and backgrounds. You gotta be able and willing to stand in the face of the truth, regardless of the backlash that you may receive and what people might think of what you're saying. If you are telling the truth, many times it's going to be uncomfortable for those who don't want to hear the truth, who have never heard the truth before. Truth is uncomfortable. especially when we live in a world full of lies, where it's fashionable to lie to each other, lie to yourself, you know what I'm saying, and run a whole entire lost value system on lies. This is why there was such an attack on Sister Ali and her ideas that she wrote in her book and self-published. This is why there was so much backlash, because she was simply sitting down truth, and they're gonna keep saying that this was a book she didn't go through the main publishers and things of that nature, yet she made a cultural impact. And that was what they were afraid of. The producer said it. I'm scared. She said she was scared of black men reading it. But the problem was that black people in general were reading it. It made a cultural impact, the likes of which, if black people had been awakened at that time, a biocultron event would have started. That's why they be scared of any truth that come to oppose the lost value system, because all it take is the truth to oppose the house of cards and blow it down. This is why I keep telling y'all the way out of the lost value system is the truth.